Today, I want to talk about how to create change in a relationship when a relationship is no longer working. And if you feel like you're going round in circles, or maybe not even round in circles, but just change isn't happening fast, and how do you create change that happens fast and is going somewhere? I want to talk about one aspect. And one of the things that I see often, I work with women, so I was going to say women do, but this is universal, is we try to change the small things, the easier things. So you try to have more effective communication. You listen to the relationship books on how to work through this, or how to create lists, or how to create pros and cons. And the reality is, there's often a significant piece right here that's not working. And by having the pros and cons list, or having better communication skills and everything like this, we're dancing around this piece that needs to change, as opposed to like fully facing this piece head on, setting a boundary, having the difficult conversation, and saying that this is not working and this needs to change. For example, if you have a partner that is an alcoholic and drinking, and you do not wish to be in a relationship with a partner that is continually drinking and bringing the family down, what you'll feel is you'll feel like a bad person if you set boundaries around no longer tolerating this behavior. You see they're going through struggle, significant struggle, and so you don't want to hurt them even more by setting boundaries around like this cannot continue. And yet, by hanging around, by cradling, by supporting them, you're also enabling them to a degree. It feels really uncomfortable to set boundaries, but it's really honoring and important for you to also protect yourself and the impact that this is having on you. So, say, for example, and by all means, I'm not an addiction specialist, but I'm just giving a broad example on when our partner is going through stuff and change isn't happening, and then we're really supporting them through that change, but it's bringing us down. Eventually, it comes to a point of, instead of finding more addiction recovery centers, or different healing modalities, or different health protocols, or different therapists, and constantly finding all the answers for them, you're in the state of mothering them through their challenge, as opposed to being their partner. And so it's really important when it comes to this, is to eventually be like, okay, well, what is the big thing that I need to set a boundary on? And that is, I don't wish to be in a relationship with someone that is drinking. Until you've found a solution to that, I can't continue engaging in this relationship. Now, whether that means we break up and we move out, but I can't be around you when there is no change taking place with that. It feels harsh because they're really struggling and they are struggling. However, you can't be the person to solve this for them, because you're not their mom, you're their partner. And when you finally set the boundary of, I cannot be in a relationship with someone that's drinking, now you need to find a solution. You need to be fully sober for a couple months, 3 months. I really, again, I'm not an addiction specialist. What I'm more talking about is on what's not working and setting the boundary around that. But I need to see that you're sober for 3 months and fully back on track with your life before I want to put my heart back into this, because it's also hurting you constantly attending to this. It's holding you back. This is a lesson that they need to learn, and it's not yours to hold. Again, I want to say that this is a lesson that they need to learn and not yours to hold. The gift that you're giving them is they love you, they care about you, but you can't keep entertaining them and enabling them by being by their side when it's also hurting you. So the gift that you're giving them is the reality check that's really painful, that if I don't change, I'm going to lose this person that I deeply love. But what I just want to offer here is, then life becomes a lot easier, because your standards are high on what you're willing to tolerate, and anything less than that, people need to rise to that, or you're not going to come down to their level and compromise yourself when they're not choosing for it themselves. They have to choose for it. They have to choose for it. It's not you choosing to support them and hoping they will choose for it. They ultimately, at the end of the day, have to choose for it. This comes back if you're going through like a breakup and you're trying to solve all the little logistics. What I really invite you to look at is what is the really big, scary boundary that I need to set here, or the really big, scary action that I need to take here that I'm frightened of taking. But I know that this one thing, if I act on it, is going to create lasting change and significantly propel me in a direction of momentum or movement. Because while we're sorting out all the little things, we're just doing what feels easier. Sorry, it's not easy having these difficult conversations, but it feels less confronting than taking the scary action. And so we convince ourselves that, okay, let me look here for the solution because I don't want to look here because the solution is so painful here. The big thing is so painful. So let me look at all the small things. What I really want you to invite you to look at is what is the big, scary thing that is really actually going to move the needle. When I was in this unhealthy relationship, I was in a relationship with a married man for 7 years. I told no one. It was so painful. Every day I would cry myself to sleep. I couldn't leave. And yet I didn't know how to get help to leave. And yet I told no one. So for me, I was listening to all the books. I was saying affirmations that would be like, I'm strong. I am a strong person and can set my boundaries. I know my worth. I would say all these affirmations to try to get the strength that I needed. And yet, what I really needed to do was tell someone, hey, I'm like a therapist or someone that I don't know how to get myself out of this situation and I need help. So that was the big needle. I was petrified of telling someone that I was going through this. And yet, if I never told anyone, then I wouldn't be able to get the real strength and support that I needed. So, what is your big thing? What is your big thing, and how can you take action on the big thing? I hope that helps. Bye for now.